Yeah, it's better if it says on. Are we ready to do this? I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Yeah. You do
Sure, why don't you? That's great. We'll sing it through a few times. Okay. I'm gonna go hand this down.
Good morning, all. So good to see all of us here together, and we are praying for not rain, and we're going to try and keep it. Look at you, Peter. Oh my gosh, brought his own umbrella. But we're going to be fine. It's so good to see everybody. Welcome to this place of peace, justice, and hope. In this Unitarian Universalist congregation, we affirm no matter who you are, whom you love, or where you are on your journey, you are welcome here. For those of you joining us online, we are so glad you're with us. If you're visiting with us today, and I think some of you may be, we invite you to sign our visitor's book, which is right over there. Also, members and friends, to help folks connect, remember to wear your name tags with your pronoun stickers. If you need a new name tag, you can request that from someone over here at the visitor book. I'm Julia Beckman. My pronouns are she and her. I'm pleased to be with you as the worship associate today. Our music today will be provided. Are you chickening out already, Peter? Our music today will be provided by Dennis Saget. Thank you, Dennis. Oh dear, it's coming. During the summer months, our services have been intergenerational. There's a gathering space and activities on the grounds for, I think there's one little one here. Depending for children of all ages, all voices are welcome here. There's always a lot going around the church, and you can read all about it in News and Notes, which arrives in your inbox every Friday, and there are printed copies available. If you'd like to receive News and Notes, stop by over here again and sign up for it. One of the things that's been happening this summer is our UU the Vote campaign is going very well. As a matter of fact, we had a postcard writing campaign a few weeks ago. We had 500 postcards that were going to be going to to Florida, to African American women who may not be likely to vote, and we were hoping they would vote. We gave away the 500 cards in about a minute and a half. No, it was that all in one service. So those cards have gone out, and we are going to be having a speaker as part of that, and it's going to be from the Poor People's Campaign sometime this fall, before the election. Reverend Beth is arranging for that, so we're very excited about that. The UU the Vote is non-denominational, it's nonpartisan, and it's just going to people who we hope will vote, however their consciences send them. And now, it's time for Reverend Beth to talk about climate justice.
Right. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. It is so good to be with you. I'm Reverend Dr. Beth Johnson. My pronouns are she, they, and welcome, welcome. I have been off a good part of the summer. I was here a couple of weeks ago, but I'm basically back, and it's good to see all of you and to see new faces. Welcome, welcome. On this breezy summer day, I'm really thinking that, the rain just really nourishes us, right? There's a beautiful song that I'm gonna try and sing a little bit of. And my voice is a little raspy with my asthma, but it goes. The healing rain is falling down. The healing rain is falling down. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. The healing rain is falling down. The healing rain is falling down. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. So the drizzles are falling down and I'm not afraid. So it is good to be with you. We're very excited about an upcoming Unitarian Universalist Association-wide climate justice revival. It is sweeping the UU world this September. and we are going to be part of it. On September 28th and 29th, a Saturday and Sunday, congregations like ours are going to host the UU Climate Justice Revival to collectively reimagine a spirit-filled, liberatory future. Through conversations, worship, advocacy, congregations will work together to realize climate justice and collective liberation in our communities. On Saturday, for the Saturday, we'll engage in transformational discussions and activities for children and youth. Sunday, our worship will focus on climate justice, and it's a service that's being done by all of the congregations who are participating. So I love the idea that we're going to be all doing the same worship together that day. And then we'll engage in an advocacy hour in solidarity with other congregations around the country. So this is a multi-generational event. Join us for the conversations and the worship and the advocacy, and 2 spirit-filled days. So mark your calendar. Yes.
When?
Oh, it's the 28th and 29th of September. Take a breath with me. Yeah. Breathe. And feel your feet on this earth. As we acknowledge that we here in the western suburbs inhabit areas that are the traditional territories of indigenous peoples, including the Kickapoo, the Peoria, the Potawatomi, and others. As people trying to live into a more just world, we acknowledge that we have a responsibility to acknowledge the history and legacy of colonialism, the harm done to Native peoples, and to work to repair that harm. May it be so. May it be so. I invite us into worship this morning, again with a breath. Breathing in. And as you breathe in, you don't have to breathe in a special way, just notice your breath. If you want to take a deeper breath, that's fine. Remembering that the breath connects you to everything that ever was. As we breathe in oxygen molecules that have been at one time or another in the lungs of every breathing being for billions of years. Breathing in and out. Remembering that the breath connects us each to each right here and to all that live. Breathing in and exhale, and remember that your breath, that exhale, makes you an ancestor for those who will come. So we gather on a beautiful August day, connecting to our roots and our branches, welcoming all, inviting us all to join in this journey of exploration, of hope, of possibility, transformation, joy, and love. As we enter a momentous week in the city of Chicago and for our country, may we remember to be grounded in all that calls us to life and liberation. Our opening song is Come, Come, Whoever You Are. Does everyone have an order of service? And if not, the words are very simple. Come, come, whoever you are. This is a poem by Rumi. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. So Dennis is going to play it through once, and then we'll sing. Great, thank you. Now, if it's available to you and if you'd like to rise in body or spirit, I invite you to do that, or you may remain seated on some uneven ground.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come again. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come.
One more time. We're inviting our neighbors too.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. All right, okay. For our chalice lighting, these words are: we draw from roots varied and deep, roots that nourish and enrich us throughout our days. We reach with branches outstretched and wide, branches that extend and enliven our unfolding. We light our chalice in celebration of who we are and where we came from, with anticipation of who and what we are becoming as we live into the fullness of our lives and build the beloved community. And the chalice is already lit. Thank you. We know that our financial contributions to this congregation come from sacrifice and hard work. We are so grateful for this and commit together to ensure the funds we gather collectively do a greater good for ourselves and our world than we could have done alone. May there be an offering to sustain and grow the life and mission of this congregation. May we give in love and in hope. Please join in our offertory words, which I think are in your order of service. This church is made up of all of us. It is what we learn together, the work we do together, the fun we have together. It is what we share with one another, with people around us, and with all the world. Thank you in advance for your donations.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Dennis. It takes a village for us to make this all work on Sunday mornings outside here, right near downtown Hinsdale, where hopefully our witness to love and justice is visible to our community. Our service today is about connecting to our roots and our branches. And we couldn't really do this service without singing the song Spirit of Life, which invites us to connect with our roots and for our wings to set us free. But either way, this is a time of deepening, of arriving again to this place and to this time, to the work, and to also to be present to what it is that we brought with us today. At this time in our service, in a moment after we sing Spirit of Life, we'll be doing our joys and sorrows, those personal marker events that you'd like to share. So in preparation for that, I just invite you into another breath to just connect with what it is that you brought with you today. The joys, the sorrows, the celebrations, the longings, the lostness, the love. I'm going to invite you to remain seated. I'm going to ask Julia to help lead us in Spirit of Life.
Dennis, are you playing it too?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a chord. The tune is, the note is here. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice, rule me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Thank you, Julia. Yeah. So, beloveds, we pause at this time again to acknowledge that we come with our joys and sorrows. If you have a joy or a sorrow, what we're going to do today, just because we're kind of on uneven ground and want to keep you all comfortable and safe, if you have a joy or a sorrow this morning, I invite you to just call it out. I will repeat it, and we'll drop a pebble into the shell, recognizing that the shell is that which holds all that we share, holds all that is heard. So if you have a joy or a sorrow, a celebration, or a worry, I invite you to just speak it out.
Yesterday was my mother's birthday. I won't say how old she would have been because she wouldn't have appreciated that, but
The anniversary means so much.
Tuesday was my mom's 94th birthday. So,
Tuesday is David's mom's 94th birthday.
Oh my goodness.
I got to bring my friends from college here for the first time.
Well, hello, friend from college.
I feel like I've been talking about bringing them for years, and then finally this week it lined up.
Well, welcome. We're so glad to have y'all. Hang around and visit with us. It's good to be with you.
thank you.
We love it when you bring friends.
Loss of husband, but gained loving family.
Loss of husband, gained loving family. Mm. For those joys and sorrows, those spoken and unspoken, will you hold with me a moment of silent reflection. Spirit of life, Spirit of love, Holy One moving in, through, and among us, we feel you in the breeze around us, in the gentle rain that falls, and even the torrential rain that falls, disrupting our lives. We feel you in the ground beneath us, the neighbors next to us. We feel you in our longings, in our joys, in our lostness, and in our love. We pause in this moment to acknowledge all that we bring and move with in our own lives. Friends, losses, possibilities. Breathe. Beloved, whenever you breathe, the Spirit of life is breathing you, is with you in each and every moment. In your anticipations, in our resolutions, in the longings again, and in all that we would bring into our lives and into the lives of our community. So as we move from this time of sharing, beloved, know this: you are always and everywhere held in love and mystery deeper than you can know. I promise. Thank you, Julia. I don't know a lot, even though I say a lot of words. A lot, because, preachers do that. But I do know that thing that I say, that you are held in love and mystery, deeper than you can know. We, beloveds, are surrounded and drenched in mystery. There's things we know, there's things we learn, but I invite us into what mystery allows us to enter into, which is possibility and even living in uncertainty. Now, if you were to gaze down at Earth from space, and if you looked carefully, you could see a ribbon of connection, almost like roots, linking the Chicagoland area to San Diego County. I think you would see it. If you could see it, I'm sure of it, you could see Chicago here, and in the western suburbs where I was born and raised in the city, actually, where the people that loved me the longest and best still live. It's where my roots are, the Northwest side. It's there in that place with those people that I was first held and hurt, celebrated, critiqued, nurtured, and abandoned. It is where I was first shaped most fundamentally into who I am today. These are the influences that I've embraced wholeheartedly and extricated myself from decidedly. Roots, deep roots. Perhaps you have roots that connect you. I discovered that when I checked in on Earth from space in my dreams, that other ribbons of connection, other roots could be discerned all over Southern California, Fullerton, Yorba Linda, Costa Mesa, Pomona, Vista, and the other places that I've lived and loved, people and experiences whose influence has continued to form me. Oh, there's also roots that go all the way to Italy, where my dear friend John Luigi lives. Oh, and there's roots in Ireland, where I was so blessed to be able to visit where my grandma's people are from. And when I walked on that land and felt that landscape, I felt connected to that place and to the people around the country that I carry with me all around this country. So I realized that, like a tree, my roots are both ancient and fresh because I'm rooted here now in the western suburbs. Who would have thought? These roots are ancient and fresh, dying and newly born, constantly absorbing influences from the ground upon which I walk and live, as we all do, as we live out our days. For all of us, some influences are nourishing. These I like to drink to quench my heart, to quench my thirst for beauty, for love, for truth, for joy, for justice. Some of what reaches and surrounds my roots is worked on and transformed through rich learnings. As Charlie knows, who nurtures the roots on this property, the roots of our trees and the roots of our plants, we know that we've got to work the soil sometimes, don't we, Charlie? We have to amend it. We have to help it along to help our roots. For the most part, our roots can seem hidden, but these roots are life-giving, the source of wisdom, and the stuff of life. These influences pulse through us, forming and transforming, giving shape to our lives. The branches of our lives are lived out then into this world. Can y'all see why I really needed to be outside for this service? So when it started to drizzle, I'm like, oh no. And I had to sing off key because I think I might have wanted us to stay in the rain as the rain nourished the roots of our trees. Branches that reach out beyond us toward the sky, that are the manifestations, the fruits of our hopes and our dreams, our desires. these branches that bring forth life, buds. I'll tell you what, I've told the story, I think, before about the maple tree that I grew up with around my house, out in front of my house, at 4516 North Monitor. And I went back to that street last Saturday for a block party. It's the 59th anniversary of the block party. And I met up with my friend Sandy. We were part of the Friendly Finks, little group of girls that created a danger high club that jumped off the steps. And my sister came, and other neighbors who I had only connected with when we went to the memorial service of Sandy's brother Jerry, who is my brother's friend. They were the same age last year. And so when we were at the memorial service, Sandy is like, you need to come to the block party. So seriously, I planned my summer around going to that block party, going to the place where I was rooted there on the northwest side, walked onto the block, and there were neighbors I never knew, all new neighbors. But then we got to Sandy's old front porch where everybody was sitting, and the person who lived there didn't come out, didn't seem to care. And then we caught up with one another. And I thought about the roots that grounded me there. And I looked in front of my house and walked by my house, and that maple tree is gone. I understood that maple trees, Charlie, I don't think live a really long time. And so I was given to think of the temporality of life, but that, you know what? I think the roots must still be under that ground, and I still live from those branches. I remember being a little girl and watching the seasons unfold from my bedroom window on the second floor as I watched the tree change and those buds that would push forth. After a long winter, where I didn't really know if spring would really come, and then there were the buds reminding me of possibility, and then the leaves that my brother had to rake. But those buds that push out possibility and leaves upon which are written the deeds of a life. The images of and the feeling with roots and branches have always captured my imagination. I think of the roots and the branches of our Unitarian Universalist and Unitarian Universalist faith. The roots of our Christian beginnings that said a good God wouldn't damn God's people to hell, that God was one and human beings could choose the good. Y'all probably don't find that very heretical, but it was at the time. This liberal faith grounded in our values, the trunk of covenant, our sacred promise on how we will be together, and our mission, and branching out with the myriad expressions of faith perspectives and work for justice. These leaves that include Hindu and pagan and Christian and Buddhist and atheist and humanist, and all of it we're all on the same tree. All of these beautiful leaves that bear, and the trees bear this gorgeous fruit of diversity, of colorful possibility. And our work for justice, the myriad ways that these branches branch out, the prison ministry, you the vote love, our reproductive justice work, our peace work, passing a statement of conscience at the General Assembly in support of the people of Palestine. These are the fruits of our witness and our branches. I'm thinking of the roots of this church today, especially now that our new history and reading room is coming together under the loving curatorship of Ron Solberg, which had been transformed with paint by Tom and Lynn. Thank you. Over the year, we're going to continue to deepen our exploration of our roots. We'll explore the branches and the fresh articulation of our values of justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, generosity. Imagine the fruits of those values. Imagine the fruits of justice, the fruits of equity, the fruits of transformation, the fruits of pluralism and interdependence and generosity. Imagine what fruit we can bear as we stay grounded in the roots of our values. As we navigate this political fraught time, we can also draw on our values to ground us. And today, on this beautiful day, on these gorgeous grounds, I invite us into an exploration of our own personal roots first, and our branches, and how they inform our lives and faith. For these roots and these branches shape how we understand and live our faith. The tree of life is an image and a concept that speaks across traditions. The tree of life shows up in numerous traditions and mythologies. It's an image and a concept that speaks to us of how we embody our lives. The concept of the tree of life is found in, like I said, the world's religions and philosophies. In some cases, it suggests fertility or immortality. In other cases, the connection to the earth and the heavens, above and below. In science, Darwin was the first to use the tree of life as a metaphor for the interrelatedness of all species through evolution. He wrote, "The affinities of all beings of the same class have sometimes been represented by a great tree. As buds give rise by growth to fresh buds, and if these vigorous branch out and overtop all of the sides of a feebler branch, so by a generation, I believe it has been with the tree of life, which fills with its dead and broken branches the crust of earth, and covers the surface with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications." I'm thinking of the ways in which our beginnings and our ongoing experiences influence our development over life. Again, these roots are hidden, sometimes not obvious or easily discerned, and yet we're linked to them inextricably and unavoidably. Our branches are our presence in the world, our work that gives visibility to our deepest groundings. Roots hold me close. We could say branches set me free, and I didn't change the words to the song because that would have been awkward. But we touch the earth and reach the sky, always in relationship with the inner and outer aspects of ourselves. The poet Rilke speaks to me of roots and knowing. He writes, "I love the dark hours of my being. My mind deepens into them. There I can find, as in old letters, the days of my life already lived and held like a legend and understood. Then the knowing comes. I can open to another life that is wide and timeless. So sometimes I'm like a tree rustling over a gravesite and making real the one its living roots embrace. A dream at once lost among sorrows and songs." When we had our question box sermon a couple of weeks ago, someone asked about my call to Unitarian Universalist ministry. And if you were here, you know I had to talk about my roots, about what formed me. I'm not going to go through that again. We can't speak about our journeys, I think, without talking about our roots, right? When someone asks you to tell you who they are, what do you start with? And so we all have the experience of growing up with struggle and pain and joy and hope and wholeness. They include our teachers that led us to the various understandings of our lives. My teachers taught me about privilege and the roots of violence and oppression and to work for justice. These influences take root and ground me in my sense of interconnectedness with all things, sharing this common home, earth. Roots. Grounded, connected, stable, nurtured, pulls up life, hidden, unseen, deep, innerness, essential for like, drink in nutrients, pulses with life, the ancestors, the bodhisattvas. From these roots came branches. Some of our branches flourish, some die, others need to be pruned, all show us to reach beyond what we thought we could do and have brought us to this moment, to each other, to this place at this moment in time, which will never happen again. I mean, this will happen again, but this particular configuration is probably not likely to have ever happen just as it is. Some one of us might not be here next time, others will come. To this moment of continually reaching out and striving and loving and living. Branches. Reach up, reach beyond, visible sign of growth, the work of roots, take us beyond ourselves, hold the leaves and the flowers, support life, offer shade, bring nutrients down to the trunk. They are not hidden by their fruits. You will know them. Breathe with me. As you take a breath, simply noticing your breath, I'm going to invite you, if you would like, to stay seated, or if you feel comfortable and safe to do so, to stand. If you'd like to do this meditation with me standing. Imagine, breathe for a moment. Just breathe. Breathe the breeze. Let the breeze breathe you. Imagine that you have roots that extend from the bottom of your feet. Just feel roots coming out, right out the bottom of your feet. Feel your roots going down into the earth. These roots bringing you further and further down. Feel yourself rooted and connected. These roots are the influences that have shaped you. What do they look like? What do you see, feel, hear? Images, people, experiences. Let them all come to you as in old letters, the days of your life already lived and held like a legend and understood. Let the knowing come and open to another life that is wide and timeless. Let your roots rest in this deep earth. What or who were the roots in your own life that nurtured you? Your ancestors, biological, spiritual. What nurtures you today? What grounds you? What are your roots wrapped around, knowing that not all roots need to live? Imagine that you can see now that your branches are stretching upward. What are you reaching for? What does your life hold or call out to you? Imagine those branches reaching out to possibility, to desire. Rest for a moment as your branches reach the sky. Take it all in. What flowers are coming forth from your branches? What legend will you write in the leaves? Beloved, take a moment. breathe. Feel the connection with your roots and branches, with what has shaped you, and that to which you give shape now. Now breathe with me again. There you go. Feel the breeze, hear the birds, the breath of the person next to you, the traffic, bringing you back into this place, into this space, into this moment. Breathe. I invite you, if your eyes are closed, to open them, if it's comfortable for you, and if it's available to you, to look around at the trees sitting and standing near you, and the trees around us, and bring what came to you into this time and into this place. And if you'd like to be seated, you can. Because what I'm going to invite you to do now is call out what you noticed. Your personal roots. What did you notice? Let them be present into this space now, if you'd like. Just call it out. I'm not going to repeat it because it's going to be part of our environment and taken up into the trees and into the space. So if you'd like to name your roots, what came to you, what rooted and grounded you through your life, and even now, I invite you to speak it out.
Caring.
Caring.
Family.
Love. So I am going to say it, sorry. You're so good.
Friendship.
Friendship.
Serenity, peace of mind.
Serenity and peace of mind.
Community.
Community. Are there people you would like to name? Experiences you would like to name?
My husband.
Husband.
Wife,
Janice. Wife.
Music.
Music.
daughter.
Daughter. My teachers.
Family.
Faith.
Family.
Family. For me, my faith. Now I invite you to speak out where your branches reached out to. What is it that you are reaching for? What is it that you have brought into the world? What fruits? What is written upon your leaves, and what is it that you want to bring into this world? What do you want to reach for? I invite you to speak that out. Roots are deep, branches bring us out. Speak it out.
Grace.
Grace? Grace.
Solidarity.
Solidarity.
Justice.
Justice.
Equality.
Equality. Creativity. Again? Joy.
Kindness.
Kindness.
Responsibility.
Re-
Obediency.
Responsibility and obediency. Keep it coming like a poem. We could make this a spoken word poem if you talk louder and faster.
Interdependent.
Interdependence. Grace, solidarity, peace, understanding, interdependence, responsibility, friendship. Again, truth. Love. Tranquility. All right. Justice. Oh, you said that. I think I'm going to say, maybe we can be on the same branch. No, maybe we need to be different branches with
Yeah, we
more
need to
leaves.
branch out
All right,
more,
we need
that's
to
right.
branch out. Hope.
Oh, love that.
Hope. My goodness. Thank you. Hope. What else? If you have anything else, we'll just go ahead and. Sharing. Yeah. Imagine if we really lived into those branches and that aspiration. Now, beloveds, there may have been roots that might have been painful for you, or hard or sad to remember. There may be branches that you didn't speak out, a personal longing or aspiration. Just carry those with you as we move through this time and as we complete our time together. I commend to you the tree grounding practice. I commend to you breathing. I commend to you taking time to just feel yourself connected to this earth, to this place, the only home we've ever known, and to the sky, to that which is above, and that which is below, connecting us. Whatever it is that gives you life and faith and hope and possibility. Because we, beloveds, in the words of Bernice Johnson Reagan, scholar, activist, founder of the Freedom Singers and Sweet Honey in the Rock, who passed 1 month ago yesterday, said, "We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, the ones of great vision, sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, and the builders of nations, seekers of truth, keepers of faith, makers of peace, and the wisdom of ages." And so, as we go forth, remember who and whose you are. You belong to the earth. You belong to the sky. We belong to each other. You are beloved. Please join me in our chalice extinguishing words, which I think I printed in your order of service. Did I do it? No, I didn't. Okay, if you know them, say them. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of its truth, the warmth of this community, nor the fire of our commitment. These we carry in our hearts, and we share with all the world. So to close, we're going to do another embodiment practice, but it's a little bit more lively.
Yeah, lively.
Lively, a little livelier. You know the song, shoulders, knees, knees and toes. Okay, you know that song, right?
He's in a different key, though.
Okay, don't sing those words.
Get them out of your
Okay.
head right now.
I have a camera. Hi, camera. Okay, get those out of your head. It's going to be leaves, branches, trunk, and roots. Trunk and roots. Okay, you got it? All right, we're going to try that. So I'm going to invite
This
you.
morning, I know you can too.
Yeah, you could totally. Dennis has been practicing it. So, and Pam's going to come and help us with it. She's going to do it from over here. Okay.
Give us the key, Dennis. All right?
Okay, are you ready?
You hold it because I may scrub words.
Oh, okay. Okay, are you ready? Because we're going to go forth on this, remembering our bodies and bringing our bodies along with us.
Ready, go.
Leaves, branches, trunks and roots, trunks and roots. 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 One more time. Leaves, branches, trunks and roots, trunks and roots. You did. Oh, you want to do it some more? Good job. I know there's other words to that song, but we didn't add them. Friends, go in peace.
Now you really
Be makers in peace. And now you really are trees. I love you. I love you. Thanks, Dennis.
There you go.
So just feel free to hang out, visit a little bit, and we'll see you next week.
Good to see see everybody. Good to see you guys here.
Thank you.
What's happened to your guitar valve?
How you be this fine morning?
Even if you
Oh, a lot better. Finally able to move around without falling asleep. It's healed up pretty good. So
I actually thought it was
I decided to stop using
when I put stuff on my lips, like even if it's just
How are you doing? Well, you're here. Let's go.